So in this video, I'm going to talk about the independent efforts which I was making while working on Fulcro as an open source project. So let's get started. So the very first thing that I was working on independently is definitely the template, because okay, the kind of experience or my specific use case for Fulcro is definitely more along the lines of a pure front-end application. Think of Gatsby, think of only the front-end applications basically, or I'm more into the serverless kind of things. So this basically only required me some aspects of the official template. I'll show you the official template as well. Yeah, so the official template has a lot of things. It's a good starting point, but it has a lot of things. For example, it sets you up with the server. It sets you up uh, with the okay. Let's just have a look. Oh yeah, it also sets you up with workspaces. It sets you up with uh, API server. It sets you up with server-side rendering, a little bit of server-side rendering configurations as well. But in my use case, it was not required at all. It also sets you up with Fulcro Inspect, the official one. And now it sets you up with a lot more things even. For example, let's go through the Fulcro native template. It will have the web front end. It can set you up with the mobile front end using Expo, React Native, and then it will also set up the backend, Clojure backend for you. And all of this is just very REPL oriented, very based on a quick feedback loop. But it wasn't completely along the lines of my own work, my own use case. So I wanted something very slim. So I basically created this template, and I also created a series around this. On this channel, of course. So I'll basically walk you through this template. It doesn't involve so many things. It involves just the bare minimum, so you can get sorry, so you can get started. At the same time, it provides you a certain connection point to external APIs, and maybe my hope was to maybe create or my hope with the template is to be able to have a template which is a good bootstrap for the kinds of application that I'm interested in, uh, covering up APIs, creating front-end applications. So that's the kind of thing I'm into. And it also offers you an external API folder, which basically a scratch pad for testing out Pathom connections. So all of the imports, all of the basic API is also there. There's a sample, comment, etc. Everything is there, so you can have fun, have a go. And yeah, so this was one of the independent efforts. Another thing is the applications I was working on. So it connects the Bible API, basically a REST API, and I learned a lot while building a wrapper for this API. It's not 100% complete yet, but it's almost there. At the same time, it is an application meant to be hosted on GitHub pages, so it's completely serverless. Well, not completely serverless, but it's on servers of GitHub. So I didn't work on the servers, so only the front end application. So it's there. Another is SPA without UI Fulcro. So this is basically me trying to experiment a lot with the Fulcro library. And one of the wonderful things about Fulcro is that you can forget the UI. You can seriously only work with the database as your main, with the database slash data model as your main point of concern. And the UI part is basically a direct representation of what's in there in the application database. So it's a really nice experience, and this has settings for Spacemax and of course IntelliJ, and yeah, it's a very nice way to get started. If you are struggling to get started, I suggest you can take a look at this. And there is no UI on this because uh, what's the point of having a UI in while learning Fulcro? Because you're most of the times you're not going to focus on how things look. You will focus on what is there in the application, and it's very declarative. So I created this template basically for myself, but you're free to fork and have fun. Another thing is a full stack template. Again, I created these templates to try things out which are not public yet, but I'm just walking you through. Maybe hopefully you might be able to have some fun with it. Okay, so Luminous is the most popular backend framework in Clojure. Again, it's not really a framework, it's a library, but it has opinions built in. It's Now we have touched upon an interesting point. I do feel that being opinionated is really nice, especially when it comes to programming, but uh, those opinions need to be well informed. And the kinds of people I've been in touch with regarding open source, I do respect them professionally and I respect their opinion. So I incorporated their opinions into templates. So this combines Fulcro front-end application with a lining, not lining, I'm sorry, with Luminous backend, and feel free to have fun. This one is basically based on SQLite, but there is I have not published it. There is another one which is based on Postgres and of course Datomic. So you can be free, try things out, have fun. Another thing is I am working on ports of existing applications which are well architected already, but basically they are in reagent and reframe. I'm porting them over to Fulcro, or I was at this as of this moment. I'm not working actively on this side. I'm working more on React and JavaScript and other open source projects, but not on this as of now. So basically, this is an attempt to port this the front end from this project into Fulcro. So that's another independent effort. So yeah, for this video, that's all I had to say. Okay, maybe there's another thing. So I created an organization for increasing the number of counts of projects at least which are there on using Fulcro on GitHub. I feel that many of the projects are basically closed source, but the community could really benefit if there are more projects. So you can see there's me and the lead developer on this, but you can expect more Fulcro applications to be housed here in future, but not in near future, I think. But definitely more applications would be there. Another thing is, let me open up once. If you have been following the channel closely, so you would know that I have an organization on GitHub, One Step Closure, same name as this channel, and there I have extracted all of the examples from the book and converted them into the template driven examples. So you would see each and every example uh, basically put in the official template which is recommended by the Fulcro core team. So yeah, this could be another starting point for you. You can try things out. So yeah, basically for this video, that's all I had to share. That's at least these are the things which come to my mind as when I think about independent work in open source. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope that you might find something useful in these repos. It would really make me happy. Or if you need something, if you have doubts, anything, so feel free to reach out. Feel free to comment. Thank you for watching. Till next time. Bye.